back. It's DFS Rebels. We're here to talk about the NBA playoffs. It's Double D. I'm here with Twitch, as always. We got 3 games to talk about. We got the Boston Celtics versus the Brooklyn Nets, the LA Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns, and the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Make sure you smash that like button, and make sure you join the rebellion.
Dave, I don't know about you, but I've been doing pretty well so far in the playoffs. What are we doing tomorrow?
All right, we got 3 games to talk about. Let's go with the first one. We got the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets. The spread in this game is 9.5. The Brooklyn Nets are the favorite, and the over and under is 227 points. Last game, the Brooklyn Nets won by 11 points. It was 103. What was the score? 104 to 93. I'm thinking about the same thing. I like the Brooklyn Nets with the spread. But before I get into it, I want to talk about some things first. I want to talk about the pace and all these other good things. Let's see here. Hold on one second, Rob.
You got it.
Where is that page at? Let me go. I'm sorry.
He needs to organize a little better, folks.
Yes. That's why we got 2 views each video. But all right, we're back. Okay, so the pace. They're around the same pace, both teams. The Brooklyn Nets are 11th in the league in pace, and the Boston Celtics are 20th. So not so much to talk about there. The Celtics like to run plays. They like to play the slow. They slow it up. Brooklyn Nets do run and gun with the big 3, but then they don't play any defense. Speaking of defensive ratings, Brooklyn is 22nd in the league at 113.8. And the Boston Celtics are 14th in the league at 12.5. But offensively, Brooklyn Nets are the best as they come in the league. They're first in the league in offensive rating, and the Boston Celtics are 10th.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, gotta talk about who to play and why to play them, and that's where I go to the minute rotations from the last game. For Brooklyn, it's a little more complicated than the Celtics. So let's start with the Celtics. It's really just Fournier, Tatum, and Smart. They all did around 40 minutes. And looking at the rotation, like not much. I mean, Kemba Walker was the next minutes there. It looked like when Fournier and Walker sat, that's when you saw Namath come in. That's where you saw Jabari Parker come in. But they only played like what's that guy's name? Peyton Pritchard only played like 6 minutes. Like he's even like 21 minutes for Jabari Parker. That's like nothing. Like compared to these guys who are doing 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and fantasy points a minute is a big thing. So with the Celtics, really simple. But with Brooklyn, it gets a little more complicated because obviously you have the big 3 who put on a lot of minutes, but the rotation's a little smaller. They have a smaller team. So like when Blake Griffin sits, Jeff Green comes in, sometimes Claxton comes in. When what's his name? Harden sits, that's when you see Landry Cement come in. So just judging off the last game, the entire first quarter and third quarter, the big 3 pretty much ate up all the minutes. The second and fourth, that's where you saw a lot of Jeff Green and Cement. And Joe Harris fits in with the big 3 there because he ate up a lot of minutes in most of those quarters as well.
Yeah. I was just looking at the Celtics before. Tatum, he shot 6 for 20 from the field. Kemba Walker shot 5 for 16. Fournier hit 3 for 10. Mark Smart 6 for 13. So they didn't shoot well. That's the big reason why they lost. They all do play a lot of minutes, but their shots need to fall down for them to, fantasy wise. So I don't know if that's if they're gonna even do that in the next game. I like Brooklyn, like I said. You said it right in the nose. The big 3. When Blake Griffin sits, Jeff Green comes in. Jeff Green doesn't put up enough shots, though, so I'm not really liking their bench. Bruce Brown even played 18 minutes, only put up 4 shots. I'm not really liking anybody besides, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. Joe Harris is the fourth option. I think to get different, I would fade one of the big 3 stars and put a lot of Joe Harris. But not much really to talk about in this game. I just like the Brooklyn Nets, and I like them to cover the 9.5 spread. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, it's very simple here. I think it's just the big 3, and then, like I said, Fournier, Fournier, Smart, and Tatum, and that's pretty much where it ends.
Yeah, those guys just need their shots need to fall in. They all shot terrible from the field.
So I think if that's how you're starting it with some of those 6 players, you're just gonna have to find value on some of the other games we're about to talk about.
Exactly.
So let's find our value in this next game. I know it's your favorite game of the night.
Yes, we got my Phoenix Suns versus the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers, surprisingly, after Game 1 loss, they are the favorite, 1.5 points, and over and under is 209 points. Phoenix Suns won Game 1, 99-90. It was a very good game. But the Phoenix Suns prevailed, as everyone thought they weren't going to win, but they did. But Booker had a good game. So besides that, let's get into it. I like to talk about the pace. These are two teams that are very slow-paced teams. The Suns are 26 in the league. They're very slow, and because Chris Paul likes to set the plays. And LA Lakers 16th in the league. Offensively, we got 2 efficient teams. Phoenix Suns are 5th in the league in offensive rating, and Lakers, surprisingly, are 24th in the league. So, all right, Rob, you start us off. What do you want to talk about?
Well, starting off, to me, it was actually kind of surprising how many minutes Macau Bridges played. He played over 40 minutes. He played the entire second and the entire fourth quarter. I do not see him doing that again, but he's definitely going to eat a big chunk of minutes unless they're going to seriously rest him.
They here for defensive purposes. Really, he's a good defender.
Yeah. So when Paul and Bridges sat, you saw Cameron Johnson and Cameron Payne come in. They actually didn't do bad fantasy-wise for how cheap they are. They might be the value that you're looking for.
I like Cameron Johnson for sure.
Yeah, and then obviously up on the other end, that'd be LeBron, Schroeder, AD, and Caldwell Pope eating up the majority of minutes for the Lakers.
Yep, just fun to on the Lakers though. The only thing I could think of is Dennis Schroeder did play 34 minutes.
Again, with the Lakers, it's just none of those things where it's just you play LeBron and AD, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not really liking much on the Lakers. So the Lakers do need to play well, and they need AD to play well. So if you want to put all your bags on AD to have a bounce-back game, bound to happen. He only shot 5 for 6. That was an embarrassing game for him. At the end of the game, he did say he blames himself for the loss, so I feel like he is going to come out and have a way better game than that. LeBron James, surprisingly, only took 13 shots, had 18 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. I look for him to improve, but they need other players to step up. I keep saying this, and I will keep saying it again. They missed playoff Rondo. Rondo was big last year in the playoffs, and they're definitely missing his presence on the court. Going back to Phoenix, though, we got to talk about Deandre Ayton. He shot 10 for 11 from the field. He had 21 points and 16 rebounds against AD. I don't know if he's going to repeat that, but for the Phoenix Suns to keep on winning, they need DeAndre Ayton to keep doing that. Booker led the team with 34 points. He was a monster. Chris Paul did get hurt. I don't know if you guys saw that. He aggravated his shoulder. He left the game for 5 minutes, came back, and then re-aggravated it, and then came back again. So he did say he's going to play. So we'll see if offensively is he going to be there or he's just going to be the leader on the court, just setting up plays. So.
So yeah, between the first 2 games and then with the Lakers, I'm really only taking the big guys, and then I'm gonna find all my value in the Suns. So I'm not looking at Chris Paul, I'm not looking at Booker, I'm looking at Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, and I'm looking at Jay Crowder, Jay Crowder is looking for a massive playoff minutes because he's probably he's tasked to guarding LeBron James. So I think those 3 guys are value city.
Yeah, he missed all his 3-pointers. So those 3-pointers are bound to happen. So his stats will improve next game for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we do have one more game. I'm not really excited about this one, but talk to me.
Yes, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers. The Clippers are a 6-point favorite. Over-under is 216 points. Now, the Dallas Mavericks surprisingly took the game one in LA. They won 113 to 103. I want to talk about the pace. Both these teams are very slow pace. The Clippers 28th in the league and the Dallas Mavericks 24th. Offensively, though, very efficient teams. The Clippers are 3rd in the league in offensive rating, and the Dallas Mavericks are 9th, so they're both top 10. So when they score, they make it count.
Okay.
Talk to me. Like it.
Well, again, I'm always going to like Rondo because he's playoff Rondo. He really didn't play like any minutes in the fourth quarter. He played the entire fourth quarter, which is interesting. A couple notes. When Beverly sat, Reggie Jackson came in. When Morris Sr. sat, Batum came in. When Zubac sat, Ibaka came in. Kawhi and Luka Doncic both went 40 minutes. Thought that was kind of interesting. Kleber has been playing through that Achilles injury. At some point, he's going to have to rest. He played, 36 minutes in the last game? He played the entire first quarter and the entire third quarter. Like, if he starts resting a little bit, you're gonna see a little more of Willie Cauley-Stein. So that's a good GPP play right there. If you think they're gonna rest Kleber a little bit. But yeah, who do you like?
I don't know. I'm thinking if Kleber is healthy enough, they're just gonna run him out there. Dallas, I do like Dorian Finney-Smith as a value play. He played 36 minutes. He does a little bit of everything, and he plays good deep.
He played the entire first quarter.
Yep, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's a good GPP play. Porzingis had a bad game, only 4 for 13, only 14 points in 35 minutes. He needs to play way better than that. But Luka always dropping that triple-double. He's the one that carried their team last game. He had a 31 bomb with 10 rebounds, 11 assists. My favorite play on Dallas, besides Porzingis and Luka, I think Porzingis is going to have a better game. But I'm really going to target, I like Brunson off the bench as a value play. I think him and Tim Hardaway Jr. I think Tim Hardaway Jr., if his shots are not falling, they're going to play Brunson a lot more.
Well, Brunson comes in when Hardaway sits.
Yep. So I'm thinking Hardaway is going to have he had to have 21 points last game. That was a good game. But I think Brunson is going to be the guy for the value. And then for the Clippers, besides Paul George and the obvious Kawhi Leonard, I like Nicholas Batum coming off the bench. He played the most minutes off the bench out of any of the players, even Rondo. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. I like that. I don't know. Rondo is going to be popular tomorrow, you thinking?
Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to have like the same ownership as last time.
I like Rondo, man. I think they don't play Beverly as much. I know Beverly is a good defender. He doesn't do anything on the scoring side, but Rondo will score and give you assists and rebounds. So, but my last game, I did say Marcus Morris was my GPP play. He did play 32 minutes, but he only took the ball up 8 times. I think he missed all his 3-pointers. He needs to shoot a little bit more than that. I like him too. I don't like Zubac or any of these other guys on the Clippers. So that's about it. Ibaka,
as I was telling you how I'm building my lines with some of those bigger guys, I'm looking for my value. So I'm looking at Ibaka for value. I'm looking at your boy Brunson for value. You know, Reggie Jackson for value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the Clippers will come back and win this game. I know Dallas won the first game, but Clippers are too good. They just need to make their shots a little bit. I know Kawhi shot 9 for 22. Paul George 8 for 18. I think they're going to win this game. I don't know. That's my prediction.
Okay. Sounds good. Then did you say like the over-under on this one?
Ooh, I didn't say that. What was it? What was the over and under here?
I forgot what it was. I do.
Teams. I believe it's going to be under on that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
These slow-paced teams. They're very slow-paced. But when they shoot the ball, they make it count.
All right. All right. That does it for another episode of DFS Rebels. Again, I am Twitch, and that's Double D. And we're going to be with you every single day during the playoffs. Hit us up on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our Instagram. Smash those like buttons. Tell your friends, your kids, your moms, your dads. Tell everybody. And get everyone in this rebellion.